What if I told you that discipline isn't failing you? It's doing its job badly. Why discipline fails is not about weakness, shame, or a lack of grit. In the next 10 minutes, I'm going to give you a psychologist's take on motivation, the real reasons our discipline collapses, and a precise, actionable framework to make lasting change without burning out. Stay with me until minute 8. I'll give you a 5-step experiment you can run this week that replaces brittle discipline with systems that actually stick. If you've ever felt frustrated quitting the same habit again and again, this is for you. On this channel, we look at personal growth that's grounded in psychology, ethics, and real life. Today's question, why discipline fails, shows up in every inbox I get. People trying hard, failing, and blaming themselves. That cycle costs time, confidence, and mental health. So let's treat this like a detective case, gather evidence, test hypotheses, and design a better system. Meet Rena. For 2 months, she set a 5 a.m. alarm, cold showers, 60 minutes of exercise, and a strict work block. Week 1, excited. Week 2, late nights and missed alarms. By week 5, she was exhausted and convinced she had no discipline. But when we looked closer, 3 things jumped out. She was forcing a routine that clashed with family obligations. She measured success by streaks only, and she had 0 recovery days. Rena didn't lack discipline. Her plan lacked fit. That's the theme for today. Myth 1, discipline equals willpower. People think long willpower equals success. The problem? Willpower is effortful and finite for most tasks, especially when poorly supported. Myth 2, more hours equal more progress. Counting hours can hide diminishing returns and energy debt. Myth 3, successful people just grind. Public narratives glorify extremes, creating unrealistic comparisons and shame. Those myths set the stage. Now let's examine what psychology actually says about motivation. Intrinsic versus extrinsic motivation. Intrinsic motivation comes from interest, curiosity, or values. Extrinsic motivation comes from rewards or avoidance of punishment. The best sustainable change leans on intrinsic drivers. Self-determination theory, simplified, 3 human needs: autonomy, control, competence, skill, and relatedness, connection. When those needs are met, motivation becomes richer and more durable. Willpower and decision fatigue. You've heard willpower is like a muscle. That metaphor has limits. What matters more is how many decisions you make and how your environment chips away at focus. Identity versus behavior. Identity-based change means you ask, who do I want to be? Before asking, what should I do? People who shift identity are more likely to sustain behavior. Back to Rena. She loved being fit. That was intrinsic motivation, but her plan removed autonomy. It was rigid and inflexible. Reclaiming autonomy would be a first step. In 2 minutes, I'll show you the 3 questions you can use to test whether a goal will need endless discipline or will thrive with a system. Question 1, does this align with my values? If not, motivation will flicker. Question 2, is there a system or environment that supports it? If yes, discipline isn't the primary driver. Question 3, is the goal identity compatible? If you already see yourself that way, small steps compound. Reason 1, misaligned goals and a values mismatch. You chase social signals like followers or titles rather than what actually lights you up. Reason 2, broken systems, a poor environment. You rely on daily heroic effort instead of making the right cues obvious and friction high for bad habits. Reason 3, energy economy, sleep, nutrition, and stress. Motivation is energy dependent. A chronically low energy tank turns discipline into a ladder with missing rungs. Reason 4, over-reliance on identity signals that don't exist yet. You say, I'll become X, but you never take the first identity-confirming micro-action. Reason 5, psychological safety and shame. Shame kills curiosity. When failure is treated as a character judgment, people quit instead of iterating. Think of discipline like a flashlight. If your goal is a cave, discipline lights a path. But if the cave is 20 miles long and you never improve the flashlight or build a bridge, you'll run out of battery. Systems are the bridge. Coming up, an exact checklist to fix the most common system failures. Use it to rescue a habit that's failing this week. Deep dive, systems versus habits. 1, make the cue obvious, design environment. 2, make the action easy, micro habits, reduce friction. 3, make the reward immediate. Pair habit with pleasure or social check. 4, automate or batch, minimize decision points. Here's a simple framework called SISTEM. Set clear values. Start with why. I, identify keystone routines, one routine that creates ripple effects. S, simplify, tiny starts, micro habits under 5 minutes. T, toggle the environment, reduce friction for good, increase for bad. E, energize, recover and refuel, sleep boundaries, buffer days. M, measure compassionately, progress over perfection. If your value is health, a keystone routine could be daily movement. The micro version, 5 minutes after breakfast, toggle the environment, shoes by the door, phone in another room, energize, 7 to 8 hours of sleep, measure, weekly check-in, not daily shame. I tried micro habits and still failed. Maybe your values aren't aligned. Revisit why. I don't have time. Often, that's an energy issue, not a time issue. A buffer week might be needed. I feel guilty slowing down. Reframe rest as strategy. Run this 7-day experiment. If you do nothing else, do these 5 things. Step 1, pick one keystone habit, small, identity, linked, like 5-minute writing. Step 2, design one minimal environment change, add a visual cue, remove one friction, like placing a notebook on your pillow. Step 3, schedule 2 non-negotiable recovery windows, one daily 20-minute window and one buffer day. That's what this week. Step 4, accountability microcheck, 3 sentences to a friend or online group every evening. Step 5, reflect using the 3-question test, values, system, identity, 5 minutes, daily. Recap main points concisely. 1, discipline failing rarely means moral failure. 2, motivation is psychological and influenced by environment, identity, and energy. 3, systems beat willpower, design them with values. 4, try the 5-step experiment for 7 days. If you found this useful, like the video, subscribe for weekly psychology guided content and hit the bell. Share this with one friend who's trying to force a habit. It might be the system they need. Remember, growth that lasts is not about forcing yourself into a shape you hate. It's about crafting a life where good choices are easier, where your energy is protected, and where your actions align with who you want to be. That's the gentler, smarter path, and it works.